Hello everyone, it's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everything is all good with you today, guys. Hope you're all blessed. It's good to have you on board, guys. You know, in the stressful world of Manchester United, we're each dealing with our own separate Manchester United syndrome, I would say. Each one of us have got the plague, that I would say, somewhat in regards to Manchester United. It's not that bad, guys. It's definitely going to get better. I just think that people need to be a little bit more patient in regards to this football club and stuff like that. But guys, before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to smash a like on the video. Put your notifications on. That will be lovely, guys. That'd be absolutely beautiful for me. Thank you so much, guys. You're all legends. And guys, let's get straight into it, shall we? Now, there's never a day that goes by in the world of Manchester United when there isn't a transfer rumour. Now, Manchester United are rumoured to be targeting Jordi Mako. Jordi Mako. He is a defensive midfielder, Belgian defensive midfielder, currently playing for Ajax Amsterdam. He's only 17 years old, but he has already made waves in Holland, already making his debut for Ajax at that tender age. He's only valued at around 8 million euros, guys. But obviously, that will jump as time goes on. Now, the great thing about Mako is that he can play a defensive midfield position, and he can also play a central midfield and left-back position. What does that equal, guys? Left wing back, of course, which fits our system, doesn't it? So Jordi Mako, very, very interesting news coming out in regards to this. We have competition, though, and guess who from, guys? None other than Liverpool. Liverpool are interested in this player as well. And what a good, what I would say about Ajax is they keep doing it, don't they? They keep bringing these players through, not least left backs in regards to, Hato, who went to Chelsea, of course, guys. No one even knew that. That one went under the radar. I've always been a big fan of Hato, but he ended up going to Chelsea because Chelsea signed so many players. People are like, you know what? Just have another player off the conveyor belt. Here you go. You know what I mean? But Jordi Mako has been linked to Manchester United, and Manchester United are very interested in this player. Rumor is Manchester United could make a move for Mako in January. So this one is a one to keep an eye on. Just like last year, over a year ago, when I was speaking about Patrick Dorgu, and I said he's one that we need to look out for. Mako is one we need to look out for. He's a player that Man United really need to keep an eye on, guys. So let's play that one by ear and let's see what happens over these next few months, of course, guys. Only 17 years old. Would be a decent signing for Manchester United, to be honest with you. I would say. And but obviously we need. I mean, he could probably play left-sided centre-back as well, given that he's a defensive midfielder. Now, look, we got good defensive midfielders, as we got good left-sided centre-backs. We got obviously Aiden Heaven in there, Licha Martinez. I think Luke Shaw needs to be slowly but surely drifted out the door, kicked out the door, or pushed out the door, whatever you want to say, guys. Absolutely. Now, in the wonderful world of Manchester United, where it's all ponies and teddy bears, it has been very difficult this last couple of days, to be honest, right? And it's not been easy for us. I know I'm being sarcastic, but it's not been easy for Manchester United fans over this last, minimum year. It's been awful, as a Manchester United fan. And we just get by, and we are the most patient fan base in the world, as Rio Ferdinand said today, that we are the most patient fan base in the world. Now, look, what I would say is that we're patient. We are patient. Some of us are patient, but there are many of us trying to push Ruben Amorim at the door and trying to kick him at the door, and have given up on Ruben Amorim already. Names floating around like Areola and Glazer and players of that ilk who in 6 months' time to 18 months' time, we'll be kicking them out the door as well, and we'll already have nicknames for them too. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about, rather than doing the same thing over and over again, why don't we just trust the process and trust this manager and see what happens, guys, and let's see it through. Let's see it through. Rather than bowing down to the needs and demands of these players, why don't we bow down to the needs and demands of the manager? And if the manager gets our utmost support, if he gets the support of the Manchester United fan base, you're going to see a great manager, guys. You're going to see a great manager because he will know that we got his back. We know what these players are about. I think Ineos know what these players are about. I think everyone knows what these players are about. This is why we keep having the same leaks time and time again. Now, one of the biggest subjects that have been occurring over this last 28 hours, 48 hours, even a week, is Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Now, Bruno Fernandes has threatened Manchester United with a transfer list request if Manchester United do not improve on the football pitch, guys. Now, listen, guys, look, you know what? We said it before the season happened, during the summer transfer window, we knew that we needed to sell Bruno Fernandes. We said we should have sold Bruno Fernandes. We should have just took the offer. Now, the offer was not all down to Ruben Amorim. If Ineos wanted to get rid of Bruno Fernandes, they would have sold Bruno Fernandes. If they turned around to Ruben Amorim and said, look, Ruben, we're going to sell Bruno Fernandes. We've had 100 million offer. We're going to sell Bruno Fernandes. Ruben Amorim would have to go by what they say, you know? There's also rumors about Ugarte was nearly sold in the summer. Casemiro was nearly sold in the summer. So where are we going with this? We would have ended up with no midfield or what? What's going on? But look, Bruno Fernandes has threatened Manchester United with a transfer list request. What do you make of this? This is happening behind the scenes. This is going on right now that Bruno Fernandes is incredibly unhappy with the direction that Man United are taking with the results on the football pitch. Now, that's rather ironic because Bruno Fernandes has been a huge part in Manchester United not gaining as many points as they should have, i.e. Fulham game, of course, where he gave the ball away in midfield and missed the penalty because he got barged in the back. And also, of course, the game against Man City where he gave away the ball for the first goal, which obviously changed the whole dynamic of the game because I felt Man United were in the Man City game before we made that ridiculous mistake. And I actually didn't feel threatened at that point when they scored that goal. I was a little bit shocked that they scored that goal. But if Bruno Fernandes wants to lead this football club, if he doesn't want to give 100% for this football club, he knows where the door is. We know where the door is, so he can leave. It's up to him. At the end of the day, we need players that, you know what? We need players to be 100% on song, on page with everyone at this football club. We don't need any more moaners. We don't ever need any more people threatening to lead the football club because at the end of the day, if you threaten to lead this football club, I feel that should be the key to say, great, see you later, mate. And that's what we should do. No matter what the player is, no matter what it is, that is what I think we should do. We should have no sentiments towards certain players anymore. Now, after what happened with obviously Lenny Yoro, my respect went from there to there for Bruno Fernandes because obviously Lenny Yoro has been one of our better players this season. And as I spoke about earlier on, Real Madrid were going to sack their scout for not signing Lenny Yoro. That's how good Lenny Yoro has been for a Manchester United side who has been pretty awful for the last year or so. And he's been the shining light in that football team, as with Aiden Heaven, of course, as well, who's been absolutely fantastic, which is why I feel like Aiden Heaven should be starting the football matches now, not Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw should represent something that happened in the past, and Luke Shaw should have been gone a long, long time ago. Thanks to Murto and thanks to Woodward, we still have the likes of Luke Shaw at this football club. Crazy as it may seem, this is what we have, and it's just sad that we are in this position, guys. And let me just say hello to the community. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to Chatterbox. I hope everything is good, guys. I hope you're all blessed. Of course, good afternoon, Tybog, you legend. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're good. Good to see you. Of course, German fans keep asking me, how can I still support a manager who is statistically our worst manager since World War II? And my reply is always the same, because I honestly believe he is the best out there. We have to look at context in regards to Tybog, in regards to World War II. We have to look at context, right? And there's no doubt that the results haven't been good enough. There's no doubt about that. But what people in Germany and other countries around the world don't quite understand is the context behind what Man United are going through. A lot of these people don't know who we're owned by. A lot of these people don't know what has happened behind the scenes in regards to the players and the petulance and the tweets and the rubbish and the noise and the liking of tweets and things like that. No one actually knows what is happening at this football club and the toxic mess that is Manchester United. Now, Ruben Amorim doesn't leave Portugal as one of the highest prospect managers in world football and wanted by the likes of Real Madrid and Liverpool, and all of a sudden becomes this terrible manager. Tybog, you know as well as I do that if Ruben Amorim quit Sporting Lisbon, and went to Liverpool, you know as well as I do, he'll be cooking right now. You know as well as I do, if he went to Real Madrid, he'll be cooking right now. The problem is Manchester United. The problem is the culture at this football club, and the fact that we still got 10 players who should have been sold in the summer still at this football club goes to show you that we haven't done a rebuild, and we've still got the toxic players at the football club. And as we know, it only takes one bad fruit to destroy the fruit bowl. And this is what's happening at the moment with Manchester United and Ruben Amorim. Ruben Amorim has aged day by day since he joined this football club, a year ago nearly. He's aged day by day. You've seen his face. He's going absolutely mad, just managing this football club. And I feel for him. I feel for him because I know that Areola, Glazer, whatever you want to put in, whatever hipster manager that is out there that people want to put into this football club, you know as well as I do, they will crumble sooner than Ruben Amorim. They would have crumbled by now, what Ruben Amorim has had to deal with. Let him clear the derelict, let him clear the mess, and then let's judge him after that. Because at the end of the day, Arteta, all these managers have had terrible runs, and they believed in them and they saw it through. Maybe, just maybe, if we see it through, we might win on Saturday, and maybe we might start getting into our groove and start going on a little bit of a run. I actually still believe that we will have a good season, guys. And you can clip me on this, guys. You can clip me on this. I actually still believe that we'll have a good season. Of course, the tables don't lie, but I do believe that a couple of wins away from playing proper football. Again, Amorim makes mistakes, but my honest feeling is we are lucky. I mean, what I would say about the mistakes, Tyborg, is that the mistakes are very easy to make at this football club, and many managers have made the same mistakes because we have to try something. When you're looking at that bench and you can't see anyone on that bench, you have to try something by hook or by crook. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you're a genius. When Maguire played up front against Lyon last season, Ruben Amorim was a genius, and this is what it is. Unfortunately, we don't have a strong squad. We don't have a Chelsea squad, a Newcastle squad, a Tottenham squad, an Arsenal squad, a Man City squad. We don't even have the squad the size of Nottingham Forest or Aston Villa, or we don't have, or Sunderland even. We have a very thin squad, and this is the thing. So we're left down to the bare bones. When we have to change it, nothing is happening. We're left to the bare bones. My advice to Ruben Amorim, my biggest advice, if I had face-to-face with Ruben Amorim right now, I would tell Ruben Amorim right now, Ruben, listen, Bruno does not like you, mate. Bruno only cares about Bruno. Let me tell you that right now, Mr. Amorim. You need to drop Bruno. Forget the Bruno obsession. Drop him. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer dropped him. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer dropped him as well, and he did all right, didn't he, when he came back? He started to kick on again, and he started to score goals. Because at the end of the day, Bruno has a very nasty habit of going missing. Sometimes we need to call the search party out for him because he has a very bad habit of going missing in games. And you know what? I would say to Ruben Amorim, do not trust this guy. Don't. He's been at Man United, 8 years nearly, guys. 8 years. 8 years of Bruno Fernandes. And people are saying he's not a problem. That guy has sacked a few managers as well. We need to understand that. We need to stop looking at the stat pads and everything like that. And when he was available in the summer, me, you, everyone was saying we need to sell Bruno Fernandes. We need to sell Bruno Fernandes. And people weren't listening to it. They were like, no, Bruno's the only one who does this for I guarantee you right now, Bruno Fernandes wouldn't make a difference right now if he was in the Man United team or not. It wouldn't. At the end of the day, the way the results have gone. Big up Tyborg. Tyborg again. If anyone can turn this around, it's Ruben Amorim. Absolutely. I am sure he would do. Forget Emery and Glazer, guys. Amorim has my full support. Who is Emery? Who is Emery? The guy who, is a one-season wonder. Flopped with Arsenal. I know he won an FA Cup, but flopped with Arsenal. And I don't think Emery is the guy for Manchester United. He's something missing about Emery. I can't quite put my finger on it, but there's something about Unai Emery that I'm thinking like he's missing something. It's almost like a grit, like a determination sort of thing. That edge that you need. Absolutely. And look, this is the names that we're linked with. It shows you how poor the market for managers has become. Glazer, Areola, Emery. These type of managers, you wouldn't even look twice at. We need managers like Pep Guardiola, like Ancelotti, like Klopp. We need someone like that ilk in this football club. We really do. But we're not going to get that ilk of manager at this football club. This is not going to happen. The only one people could throw at us is Zinedine Zidane. But Zinedine Zidane obviously managed a great Real Madrid team. It was very hard not to win with that Real Madrid team at the end of the day, wasn't it? And then you're looking around world football and you're trying to find who's the next manager that can possibly manage, Man United. And there's not many people out there. As you said there, Tyborg, if there's anyone who's going to change it, it is Ruben Amram. Ruben Amram will be the guy to change it. Absolutely. Big up, RJ. How you doing? Peace and blessing. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Still think Amram is going to turn us around. Me too, mate. I hope you're doing blessed, my friend. Big up, Kenny. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're blessed. I'm generally confused. Where do we even go from here? The only way the club is going back, having a full sale. The best thing for you to do, Kenny, is back the manager, blame the players, and put pressure on the players. That's the only thing we can do, Kenny. The only thing that's going to improve Manchester United, because at the moment with the full sale, it's not looking good, bruv. And we should have had a full sale when Qatar were there. This is why I was fighting tooth and nail to get the Qatar sale, because I knew this would happen. Just like I was sitting here a couple of weeks ago calling Donnarumma the best goalkeeper in the world, and people were laughing at me. And now look, and this is exactly what it is, guys. Look, and then I get messages and tweets saying that, oh, have you seen this? Yeah, it's what I said a few months ago, And this is the thing with it, And what I would say is that the most important thing that we need to do that can make a difference right now is support the football club, put your positive energy towards Ruben Amram. None of that Ruben Amram out business, because that's not going to work. That's not going to help, because we all know that Ruben Amram is not the problem at this football club. Just like Ten Hag wasn't the problem. Just like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't the problem. Just like Ragnick wasn't the problem, It's extremely worrying, the next manager options. Let's not even think about that, guys. What we need to do, right, is we need to get behind this manager. That's what we need to do. Not worry about who the next manager is going to be, because I think it's completely irrelevant who the next manager is going to be, because I don't think we're going to lose Ruben Amram. Ruben Amram will win on Saturday, guys. This is the key. This is the most important thing, guys, what I'm talking about. Ruben Amram will win on Saturday. Chelsea will get their backsides handed to them on a platter. Guys, absolutely. Nando's, chips, chicken, absolutely. Platter. That's what's going to happen to Chelsea on Saturday. That's what we're talking about, guys. Absolutely. That sort of vibe. At this point, I need to take a break from this club. I mean, look, listen, Kenny, chill out, brother. Chill out. A break from what? The club you support. That's what support is about. This is what the most important thing is about, support. When the going gets tough, you support harder. You don't think I've had it for the last 40 years. I've been on my own sometimes, and I've had people on my back. When we were losing in the late 80s and the early 90s and we wouldn't win the trophy. You don't think I've been through this? The most important thing for us to do is support, because the way you test your loyalty is just like everything else in life, religion, everything, relationships, all these things. You test love when you are tested the most. Your love gets tested the most when you are put under the most pressure. And that's what I would say about it. RJ. Ruben Amram, he'll bring the glory days back. Big up RJ, my friend. Big up RJ. Hope you're well. Big up Ephraim. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Big up Ellen. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. I'm sick of hearing people want to sack Amram and get a new manager that can build on this squad. We have a manager that can build this squad. I mean, Ellen, look, at the end of the day, I don't know whether it's insanity. I don't know whether it's petulance. I don't know whether these people are spoiled. I don't know whether these people just want, don't like being bantered. I just feel like when people are talking about standards, right? I've had this thrown at me quite a few times in regards to standards, right? And look at those people who are talking about standards. Just look at them, all right? Just look at them and tell me about standards, right? Just look at those people who are talking about standards, about the fan base being standards. You know who they are. Look at them and tell me, what do they know about standards, right? At the end of the day, what I would say is this, right? I back the manager. I'm not folding. I'm not folding. I'm not a fair weather Manchester United fan. I've spent my whole life supporting this football club, and you aren't neither, Ellen. And I urge every single person that this is the difficult time. These are the hard times, but this is when your loyalty is tested. And I guarantee you, one day we will be back at the top. The cream will rise back to the top. Man United will be back at the top, and who will be celebrating? Me, Ellen, Tyborg, all these people be celebrating like it's 1999 again, you know? And that's what's going to happen. You know, and I tell you right now, I promise you, these times will come again. These times will come again, and ignore the noise, ignore the outside influence. We are here. I do not follow sheep. I do not listen to media. I do not let that influence me at all, because I look at things and make decisions for myself. I don't look at every other YouTube channel and think, you know what, it's getting a bit bad to support Ruben Amorim right now. I went on Judge Mo's channel, and I've got people sitting there, supposedly Man United fan, trying to say, oh, well, we might have to sack him. You know, it can't last forever like this. And I'm the one here backing Ruben Amorim. I'm the one saying Glazer's out. I'm the one saying Ineos Glazer's out. I'm the one saying it on that channel. You know, and I was on that channel saying it. I'm the one, I was in the minority. People attacking me. Oh, you're still believing in me. I can't believe you're believing in him. Oh, my goodness me. Here I am. And I will be proven right. You know what I mean? Big up, Ellen. Keep in yielding for the players and get new managers every second year. And we are so deluded that we think time will win the league. I mean, look, listen, it's insanity. It's insanity. Let me tell you something about sacking managers. People talk about Chelsea. Oh, it's worked for Chelsea. It worked for Real Madrid. That's their culture. They do that. They've done it for years. That's their culture. That's not Man United's culture. That's uncharted territory for Man United. And let me tell someone, we've sacked quite a few managers in the last 12 years, haven't we? Has it worked? Have we challenged for the league? I know we came second in COVID season, things like that, but how many points did we finish behind the second place? It hasn't worked. So what we need to do now is something that we haven't done before, which is see it out to the end. See it out to the end. Yes, I'm not saying that if Ruben Amorim comes 15th, we're going to back him. He needs to come better in the league, and he will. He will, because I believe he will. I don't believe he's going to let us down. And I hope Ruben Amorim one day switches this channel on, and he knows how much we believe in him. And he knows how much we do. You know, because at the end of the day, right, I spoke to Rasmus Højlund last year on Instagram. The conversation was between me and him. And I said, tell Ruben Amorim, right, we believe in him. Right? And you know what? He said, I'll pass on the message. And I believe in him. And I believe he's going to do well at this football club, you know? Big up, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, of course. Big up, my friend. Ellen, I'm at the stage where I think we need to get down in the championship to save our football club. Glazers out, media out, fake fans can no longer the money and slander them. Man, the only thing that's going to do, Ellen, is get rid of the fake fans. The Glazers won't leave, Ellen. And let me tell you why the Glazers won't leave. And I have this on good authority, Ellen. The reason that the Glazers won't leave, even if we get relegated, because the Glazers don't even know what division we're in, number one. And plus, if Man United do get relegated, they will look at the books and say, right, Man United have lost this money from being relegated. Now we need to do another sponsorship deal on something else to recoup that money. And not only that, will they do that, they'll sell all our best players to recoup the money. That's what Ineos and the Glazers will do. And we won't see, they won't leave. They will not leave. All they're interested in right now is that regeneration project that they're in line to make billions and billions out of. That's all they care about. They're not too interested about Manchester United on the football pitch. If they get relegated, they say, oh, damn, we've lost about 50 million here, so we need to recoup that 50 million. How are we going to recoup that 50 million? Yeah, Lenny Yoro, let's sell him to Real Madrid for 70 million. That's what that's all they're going to do, you know? But one thing is a positive in regards to that, as you said there, Ellen, is that the fake fans will leave this football club good and for all, finally. You know, the fake fans need to leave this football club, you know, just as much as the Glazers. The fair weather fans, you know, that only interested in bringing the negative vibes and just turning on the manager. Whenever they get an inch, they take a mile in regards to the sacking manager agenda. And that's what they do. And some of these guys have massive platforms. Massive platforms, you know. Relax, be patient, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Gray. How you doing, my brother? I hope you're doing well. Evening, brother. I hope you're well. Very well. Good to see you, man. Something has to change. Otherwise, every day will be a Groundhog Day. How much longer we have to endure this complete bullshit? Great show this afternoon, show. Thank you so much, Gray. Really good to see you. I'll start doing more Devil's Digest during the weeks and stuff like that. I'll start doing a little bit more, a few shows here and there and stuff, guys. Maybe to compensate for Man United not playing in Europe, because I'm very, like, you know how I am feeling about the Champions League, and I just don't want to do it. I really don't. I know I should be doing these watch-alongs. I should be, but I'm feeling like, you know, Man United. I only want to do Man United. I'm feeling that way, you know. in regards to the Champions League and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people feel that way, you know, watching Garnacho and stuff. I'll be doing one game tomorrow probably, but, you know, I'm not really really into it, you know, in regards to what other things are doing. So I want to do more Man United content, of course, just to compensate for the lack of European football and League Cup football that we're going to have this season. Big up, RJ. We're all relaxed. Big up. William, good afternoon. How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Did you really think it was going to be sorted after one window and it was an average one at that? Exactly. I said it. Ruben Amorim said it last season, William. Ruben Amorim said it won't be fixed in one window. He said it himself in the summer. It's not going to be fixed in one window. Unfortunately, and look, guys, look, these people could be told, right, that we're going to finish this high in the league because of this, that. And they'll go, I'll accept this. I'll accept it as long as the long-term plan, as long as we start winning eventually, I'm going to accept it. As soon as we lose one game, it's like, oh, get him out of my club. He's a fraud. He's a this. He's a that. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. I'm playing Call of Duty. Big up, RJ. Enjoy it, my friend. We will win the league earliest 2020, and that is if we stuck to the manager. Okay, we'll do it before that, Ellen. We're going to win the league next season, Ellen. Don't worry about that. And let me tell you something about Ellen. Let me tell you something, right? We're going to come at the, you know, getting those European positions this year. We're going to get in those European positions this year. You know, that's what's going to happen. Absolutely. R.I.P. Robert Redford. Big up Robert Redford. That's so sad. That's sad news. Robert Redford. R.I.P. Bloody hell. That's sad, isn't it? What an actor he was. I've forgotten what Robert Redford was in, to be honest with you. Oh yeah. I know him. Bodyguard, isn't it? Here we are. What was he? Butch Cassidy. Indecent Proposal. Yeah. Oh, what a sad one. Well, he had a good innings. He was 89. So R.I.P. Robert Redford. Like the stream. Thank you so much, Ellen. Yes, guys, don't forget to like the stream. Very important that you like the stream, guys, because it helps with the algorithms and stuff like that. So thank you so much, guys. And please don't check out, if you didn't see it earlier on, guys, please check out my video detailing the Ineos part ownership. And I go in on them. Trust me, it's a great show. Check out earlier, Devil's Digest. William, let me tell you one thing, so long as the Glazers and Jim the Rat have their hands around the club's neck, we ain't going anywhere. The only savior for Man United, William, is that we cut off what Ineos and the Glazers are and we just back this manager. You know, we're going to build a team slowly. Ruben Amorim will have his team eventually. And when Ruben Amorim has his full team, then, you know, I know it's going to take longer than it should do, but once he's got his full team, I guarantee you that we'll be all right. Don't worry about that. William, all we want to do is decent football. We deserve that at least. So sick of being Look, William, let me tell you something about Man United. I've seen some of the best teams that Man United have ever had. I've seen them face to face. I was at the Champions League final in '99. Right? Let me tell you something. Your loyalty is measured in these times. Right? It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. But believe me, William, we're gonna have our time, mate. We're going to have our time. Don't worry about that. The cream will always rise to the top and we will be back there. Trust it. Uncle Sal will tell you right now, we're going to be there at the end. Trust me. This season not going to go as bad as people think. We've lost to Man City and we lost to Arsenal. Loads of teams are going to lose to Man City and Arsenal. What we have to do is start winning the other games. Make sure we move up that league and become better than all those other teams. Get up that league, get into the Europa League, get that European football again, and then we can move on and progress next season into the Champions League. Absolutely. I haven't played games for ages. Big up, Gary. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Some in the fan base lack the steel to keep the faith and keep going. They are weak and low IQ. Sorry to say. Gary, you're absolutely right, mate. Weak, low IQ. And let me say that, and I don't want to sound cruel, guys, because you know what? I don't want any self-righteous people coming at me. But you look at them. Just look at them. How do they talk about discipline? How do they want to talk about standards when they ain't even got standards for their own body? When they haven't even got their own discipline for their own body? You know, how can they talk about standards? You know, what are we talking about here? You know, as I said earlier, it's a bit like my grandmother going up to Lewis Hamilton, telling him how to drive. What are you talking about? You know, and they're talking about standards. Make me laugh. Double I, how you doing, my friend? We're doing well. Really good to see you again. Look, I always try to say, and trust me, I am in good coach. But there is not a clicking, and it just seems time you need to win. And by that time, the games and getting the momentum going on. Double I, it's very important on Chelsea game on Saturday. I think we need to win that game. We need to win that game to create a bit of momentum, as you said. And if we win that game against Chelsea, then we got Brentford, and we got Brighton, which are also difficult games. But those are games that we should win. You know, and if we go on, you never know, guys. In football, the great equalizer is that it only takes a spark to ignite something. And that's what I'll say. But what we have to do, at the moment, Ruben Amorim is our guy. So us throwing the book at Ruben Amorim, and people don't understand this, right? People don't understand. When they're criticizing Ruben Amorim, when they're throwing abuse at it, it's okay to criticize, right? Just as long as it's constructive. But what I've seen abuse online. When you see things like that, don't you think his cousins, his uncles, his sons, his daughters see that? They see that. And don't they think it affects him? And what kind of message does that send out? It's very counterproductive, isn't it, at the end of the day? What we have to do as fans, and we lost to Man City and Arsenal, William. Double I. We lost to Man City and Arsenal. We were unlucky to lose to Arsenal. Yes, we deserve to lose to Man City, but we were unlucky to lose to Arsenal. We've lost to Man City under Alex Ferguson. We lost to Arsenal under Alex Ferguson. Those things can happen. We need to win the games that we should be winning, and that starts on Saturday. And I believe we should be beating Chelsea at Old Trafford. Absolutely. William, Bruno can go. He was brilliant when he first came, and now it's time to move on. He's becoming a headache, William. He's becoming too noisy, too outspoken. He's becoming too much, in my opinion. Absolutely. Grayo. Bloody hell, Bruno has a bloody nerve. He is a major part of why we are so shit at the moment. Who does he think he is, throwing his teammates under the bus, forgetting that he cost us? Just go. He just needs to go. He just needs to go. Obviously, Man United are not going to get the money that they would have gotten for him in the summer. Now, the fact that he's asked, threatened Manchester United, here we go again. We've been in this situation before, haven't we, Grayo? Another player threatening, price goes down. And this is what happens every single time. He should have just left. When we got the bid, we should just took the money, not been pressured by the player FC, and just took the money and moved on for it. Got Baleba, game over. That's what we should have done. Got Walton, got Baleba, anyone. And we will be in a better position right now. Because he's been our worst player this season. Him. Because his expectations are up here. He's the captain of the ship at the end of the day, Big up. Grayo, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you, man. Really appreciate you. We true United fans know exactly where the problem lies. It's shit owners and pathetic sport players who think they are a weight above the club. I'm backing Amorim 100%. And did you see Paul Scholes? Did you see what Paul Scholes said? It's not the system. It's not the system. The players are just not good enough. That's what Paul Scholes said. That is what Paul Scholes, the legend Paul Scholes, said. It's not the system. The players are simply not good enough. Big up, Grayo, absolutely. The bomb squad is much bigger than we thought. They're not all gone yet. Trust me, I agree. It wouldn't surprise me if Bruno turns out to be one of the leaks. The way he carries on, I can see it. Do you know what, William? I wouldn't put it past him. I'm looking at all those players that have been there for years, right? And that includes Bruno Fernandes, who's been there nearly 8 years, right? Think about that. That's what we need to look at. We know who the bomb squad isn't, but I think Luke Shaw, Bruno Fernandes, these kind of players are part of that bomb squad. There are other members of that bomb squad, no doubt about it. That we are not even aware of. We're not even thinking about it because they're so good at manipulating, Bruno don't go missing, playing the wrong play. He does go missing because he goes away from his position in the number 8, Kamali. Come on, he's an overrated player at the moment, even as a number 10. We're talking about he does go missing because look at his heat map. He goes missing, mate. He goes missing and he leaves the midfielder isolated. That's why he goes missing. All right? This player FC thing don't work with me, Kamali. I've been a longer fan since you weren't born, mate, when I started supporting this football club. You know what I mean? I don't give a damn about Bruno Fernandes. I don't give a damn about any of those players. I don't back those players, especially players who are openly saying, I want to lead the football club. Let them go. Maybe if we started supporting, given the energy that you give to Bruno, to Ruben Amorim, we might actually do something. Do you know what I mean? William, And listen to me, Kamani, because I know more than you, brother. I've been around a long time, all right, in regards to this football club. You need to listen sometimes. We are laughing stock of the top tier football. Hit has to stop. There's a lot of us pay good money to see crap week in, week out. Bruno Fernandes needs to have the captaincy stripped immediately after his attack on Lenny Yoro. Exactly. He should then be dropped and left to sulk on the bench. Maybe he'll get the message that needs to go. I was raised in a time where you could play a player anywhere on that pitch. And if they are world-class players, they won't go missing. Zinedine Zidane won't go missing. Even John O'Shea, Grayo, played in the middle of the park. Ryan Giggs played in the middle of the park. They didn't go missing. They were disciplined in that position, and he actually helped Manchester United. You know? He's thrown a tantrum because, we were left 2 against 4. Don't you think we've been left 2 against 4 when we had Paul Scholes and Ryan Giggs and Roy Keane in the team? But they worked hard for the team, and they were disciplined in their position. Not jogging around and losing their man. Why don't we talk about how he gave away the corner against Arsenal? Why don't we talk about how he got intimidated by a referee who gave him a little nudge in the back and he blasted the penalty over the bar because he was angry? Why don't we talk about the way he didn't mark his man in the Manchester derby? Because people don't want to talk about it because they just want to blame Ruben Amorim. It's all on Ruben Amorim. It's all on Ruben Amorim. It's all him. You know? It's ridiculous. William, totally get that about Emery Sal. Defo something missing about him. Spot on. Yeah, William, there's an edge. There's an edge. There's something about him that says, crumble. Get there, crumble. You know what I mean? I have this sort of thing that he's the nearly man. I've got the nearly man vibe with him. You know, that kind of thing. I'm saying sit with full once Pep goes. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. I hope they do. We need time and window. Unfortunately, I don't think Amorim will get the time. We'll have to wait, William. Let's wait. Stop predicting. We have to wait, bruv. Imagine Garnacho gets the winner. Don't want to think about it. Box. Big up Box. That would be horrible. But, don't want to think about that. And what we need to do in regards to this Garnacho situation, guys, what we need to do in regards to Garnacho is that we need to use it in our advantage. Use the crowd to put the pressure on Garnacho. We know Garnacho. Garnacho's going to fold. He's going to fold. He's going to panic. We need to, first 10 minutes, we need to get in with a crunching tackle. That's what Man United need to do. Absolutely. Glinios need to start future players' agenda. We need players in present. Get the instructor and the dump Bruno, because Ugarte and Maguire, Dalot, Amorim told he needs a right wing back, centre midfield goalkeeper. No one backed Amorim. I agree. Big up Shivam. Hope you're doing well, of course. I supported this club when we were kings, and now I support this club when we are eight. It's football, moves in cycles. We will be back. You're a fan, absolutely. And William, I really do hope that you are here when we are back. When we are back, I really hope that you are here, and I really hope the people that have been supporting the manager and not slyly planting seeds are back when we are back. Are here when we are back. It took 26 years to win the title between 67 and 92. Yes, I was there, Box, by the way. Absolutely. Don't let the media influence you guys. Absolutely. It's ridiculous. Guys, absolutely. I don't want to see Bruno and Shaw against Chelsea on Saturday. We're going to have to wait and see. I don't mind seeing Bruno if he plays in the number 10. I honestly don't mind. If I see Bruno playing in that number 8, I'm going to be fuming. And that's what it is. Keep Amorim for 3 years and see how he does. Yeah. It won't even take 3 years. Ineos and Glazer's out. Big up, Stephen. Hope you're doing well. Big up, Tyborg, my friend. Big up, everyone. VJ, good afternoon. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. United is a business. Remember, we are listed on the stock exchange. We are being groomed for real to treasure over by someone in America in the Middle East. Insiders already pushing Ruben out. Look, at the end of the day, the one thing that the media do, VJ, and I know that from being in the media 20 years, right? Deep in the media. The one thing that the media will do, right, is basically they will plant seeds in different media outlets and pay certain journalists to say certain things to feed into a narrative that will grow, whether that be social media, whether that be Instagram or whatever it is, whatever social media platform, that's what happens. If they want to push an agenda, they will push an agenda. That is how the media is at the end of the day. The media can make or break you. The media, just like the media, are praising the likes of Florian Wirtz and players like that, and praising Liverpool to these standards. They can also bring you down completely to the bottom and say, look, he's no good, he's this, he's that, he's that. And whatever they do, they will downplay it. Ruben Amorim and Jim Ratcliffe. Jim Ratcliffe does not want to sack Ruben Amorim. Let me tell you that right now from insiders that I know. Ruben Amorim does not. Jim Ratcliffe does not want to sack Ruben Amorim. Absolutely not. But obviously, results dictate what we need to do. Jim Ratcliffe, he don't want to pay the money. You're going to have to pay about 50 million to get him out, and 50 million, and to get another manager in. RJ, the hate will be like never before seen before when United win the league for real. Absolutely. I can't wait for it, mate. Box, what do you think of an 11 if Cunha, Mount are unavailable? Lamens, Mazaruri, De Ligt, Euro, Mbeumo, Mainu, Ugarte, Ahmed, Fernandes, Xerxes, and Sesko. Like it, Box. I like it. I like it, mate. It's a good lineup. Well played. It's a good lineup, mate. William, I know we will be back, Sal. I've been a United fan 35 years. I've seen a lot, mate. Big up, William. I know, mate. Grimsey as well. F the Mickey Mouse Cup, BJ. I don't care about the Mickey Mouse Cup because when we win the Mickey Mouse Cup, people are telling us it's a Mickey Mouse Cup. I remember Alex Ferguson lost 3-0 to York City at Old Trafford. You know what I mean? Yeah, he did. And it can happen. It can happen. He had Fabio and Rafael on the right and left wing. Bruno is big up. Bruno is not a Man United captain. He blames Euro for the first goal, but he has to track back his runner. He is responsible for 3 goals this season. He is a 4. He gave away a corner, which led to the goal as well. Erratic in midfield. He's everywhere, even at number 10. Exactly. Big up Vernon, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Vernon Viana. I remember a player called Hugo Viana many years ago. Didn't he play for Newcastle United many years ago? I think it was Portuguese. But yeah, absolutely. Great comment. Big up Vernon. Box, all of our players, I feel, somewhat overrated. We never learn from it. The players that I would say are overrated are the players that have been there for years. And I would say that Bruno's overrated. Bruno's a stat padder, a penalty merchant. I'm sorry, guys. I said it. He's overrated. He's a stat padder and a penalty merchant. He can't take corners. He can't take free kicks. He's useless. The only reason he has such high stats is because he's all over the pitch, sacrificing the whole team for his own personal stats and statistics. Bruno does go missing. He was seen in the Asda 30 minutes. Absolutely. There you go. Absolutely. This could be Bruno trying to manipulate a cheaper price for his future club, devaluing himself at United. We need to stick hard 90 million for him. Absolutely, Gary. I actually think that we missed the opportunity with that. I really do. I think we missed. I don't think they're going to offer 90 million again, mate. I really don't. Well, Sal, you listen to me. I don't need to listen to you, Kamali, because it's my platform. And what you're doing is you're feeding into the low ball knowledge sector. No offense, but you are, right? I don't listen to you, mate. All right. And if you say that to me one more time, you won't be on this channel anymore, brother. You understand that? Let me just tell you that. All right. I don't need to listen to you from someone who doesn't know much about football. All right. I don't. Honestly. I show you respect. You show me respect for reading out your comments. Because you're just any guy, mate, that I can just ignore. You know what I mean? So don't do that, mate. Don't say those things because I'm not on that team. You know what I mean? Get me. Show respect on Stretford Post, just like everyone else is showing respect on Stretford Post. If you're against the manager, great, you're against the manager. That's their prerogative. I will school you on that, right? You don't rate him much because you don't really understand football. You don't understand context. And that's what it is. And I hate to school you on this situation, but it is that. All right? That's what I would say to you. This is not any other channel where I sugarcoat things. I'm not bloody Willy Wonka here, right? I don't sugarcoat things. I tell you the truth. And take that, right? That's what you need to understand, okay? This is Stretford Post, not Kamali Post, all right? Tarbog, Sal, what a watch along it's going to be versus Chelsea. A lot more on the 3 points we usually paying for. Absolutely, I can't wait to see you there, Tarbog. It's going to be a good one, my friend. Box, Dorgu and the wing backs are weak links. They are not adequate for the roles. I agree somewhat, Box. I still believe in Dorgu. I think Dorgu's young. We have to give him an opportunity, Box. But in regards to wing backs, Dorgu, we have to give a chance. We have to give him a little bit longer, in my opinion, Box. But in regards to Dalot, Ahmad, And these players, even Mazraoui to a point, they're not wing backs on the right. They're full backs or they're wingers. We need a proper, we were singing a tune all summer about we need a wing back, we need a right wing back, we need a right wing back. That's what we're doing, isn't it? That penalty kicked over the bar versus Fulham should be the last insult we'll ever take from Bruno. Yeah, he let his own petulance, Gary, he let his own emotions get the better of him. What he should have done, he should have said to Cunha and Bremo, here's the ball, right? Here's the ball, and I can't take this penalty. The referee annoyed me. That's what he should have done, and let someone score that goal. And by it, we would have won that game. You know? He cost us it. William, what Sal just said about the media is spot on. It's all about money and clicks. They want us to foul. It sells. Yeah, absolutely, William. Man United sell. That's what they do. They're clickbaits. Everyone. Every time you look around, I've got some ex-professional who fouled at their level of football talking about Man United. And the one thing I heard today as well, I heard, oh, he's arrogant. I've heard he's good looking, so you know what? That's why he gets preferable treatment. I've heard he's arrogant. I've heard all these rubbish, bitter, sinister narratives that expose them as pundits. You know, it's ridiculous. Everyone in the chat, guys, I'm really disappointed all of you in here and only 70 likes. Really, come on, guys, show your support and smash the like, subscribe buttons. Thank you so much, Grayo. Believe, guys. Keep smashing the likes. We should have 40 likes, guys. 40 likes, guys. That's how much it should be. Thank you, Grayo, you legend. Bruno can have a bad game and I will forgive him usually, but to come out and talk rubbish on Euro is something I really didn't expect. A prime example of the wrong mentality we have. And he's our captain, Tyborg. He's our captain that people are so wholeheartedly throwing Ruben Amorim in the bus for him. You know, it's ridiculous. Kenny, Bruno gave a piece of chicken to KG in Melbourne, maybe because he was reckless all over the pitch. There you go. We're getting the Garnacho thing, isn't it? The Garnacho thing. Guys, listen, there will be a point in time when Amorim will be top, and we will tell you, I told you he's the man for the job. He just needs backing. Work it out. Thank you, William. I mean, people don't want to look at that because they made up their mind. They think they know ball, but they look at ball in a sinister way, you know, at the end of the day. Ciao. Bruno should have never been playing United again. I agree after that comment he made about Euro, I would not play him at Man United ever again. That is disrespectful from a player like Lenny Euro, who's been arguably our best player over the last 2 years, 1 year, should I say. I don't have to listen to you or nor be on your channel either. Okay, Kamali, goodbye. Goodbye, mate. It's as simple as that. You think I need some clown like that on my channel? You know what I mean? There you go. Goodbye, sayonara. That's how easy it is, guys. That's how easy it is, guys. He will be replaced. It's do you know what I mean? If you don't like this channel, if you want to just mouth off and not put context behind your argument, then you know what? Sayonara. Go to those other channels that are screaming and shouting and spitting all over the place. Go there. You know what I mean? Thanks, I've already done it. Oh, thank you, Grayo. Big up. Big up, Grayo. The midfield is definitely the problem. The ball keeps getting lost in midfield. Absolutely. This is why we needed a midfielder, isn't it, Aristi? Absolutely. Big up, LT. What's going on, my friend? It's amazing, right? Let me tell you something, how amazing this is. There's people on this channel that I have come to know, like Grayo, like LT, like Ellen, like all these people. All these people in this channel, guys, who come at Tyborg, like these people in this channel, these great people in this channel that I've known for nearly a year now, you know? I've known Grayo for a long time. I've known Kenny for a long time, Sniper Man for a long time, and they've always been cool. Why do people come on the channel and think they can own the channel? Why do they think like that? You know, it makes me feel like, what are you talking about, mate? Talk with respect. You know, you should listen to me. You know, read my comment. Don't miss my comment. I don't like it. I'm a polite guy. I always say please and thank you. That's me. I was brought up that way. I always like to be polite. You know, I understand your point, Sal, but in my opinion, I think this and this. And because I think this and this, because of this and this. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. LT, we still have some players who played the Europa League final, except Nana and Holland. Yep, I said that this morning, LT, absolutely. Yep, we still expect Amorim to work magic when they have sacked managers before him. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got 9 players still at that football club who started, at least 9 players. We've got some in the reserves and stuff as well. 9 who played in the Europa League final. Only Højlund and oh no, are no longer at this football club. Ellen, if these rumours about Bruno is true, the armband need to be stripped off him, and I don't even want to see him on the bench. It's not rumours, Ellen. It's been on TV. It's on YouTube. You can check it out. In regards to throwing Euro under the bus, in regards to the transfer, Bruno has threatened to leave the football club if Man United don't improve. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? At the end of the day, William. Kamali, Sal knows his stuff, mate. He's on an old school fan. He tells you a history, everybody he wants there, mate. He was there, mate. Thank you, William. Much love, brother. And this is what I'm talking about. There's great people in this team. I just don't like rudeness. I can't take it, mate. You know, people think, oh, you're going to lose a subscriber. Listen, I like people who are polite and who, you know what, who come on here. And it's not the first time he's done that, guys. He's done that a few times to me, and I've just took it on the chin and I've left it. But I don't do that. I don't need to, you know, put up with that. It's terrible. Kenny, thank you, Sal. I have said that during the watch-along stream. Give the penalty to Cunha on Bremo against Fulham. Absolutely. You know, Kenny, if you're heated, if your heart was beating, you know that you might have a risk of missing that penalty. You know as well as I do that give the penalty to someone else. And Cantona would have. You know, Irwin would have. Robin van Persie would have. Ruud van Nistelrooy would have, you know. For me, I would keep Bruno, but the captaincy would go to De Ligt. I agree, Rusty. I agree with that, my friend. Got a lot of respect for your knowledge, Sal. That's why I agree with you, Ballard. I agree with you a lot as well, mate. We don't have to agree with anything, but it's a friendly chatter. It's chitter chatter. That's why it's called Chatterbox. We chat, we argue, we agree. But one thing is what's most important, William, is that we're all aiming for the same things. Unfortunately, some people are not. Some people are aiming to be right. That's it. You know, that's all they're doing. You know, it's crazy that, you know, a person like me, you know, who loves this football club and only want it to be successful, that people would actually want to be right more than wanting to be successful at this football club. It's crazy. Big up, William. You're absolutely a lovely person, mate. And big up yourself, my friend, all day long. We're seeing it all. We won it all a lot. We're Man United and we're never going to stop. Come on, mate. William, I want you to understand this, bruv. I want you to understand it. And I want everyone to understand this, right? It may go wrong. Ruben Amorim might not be the man. But what I'm not going to be is that I'm not going to be calling out Ruben Amorim to get sacked. That's not what I do. I'm not in that circle. I don't do that. I'm not a sheep. I don't need to do that. Because what will happen will materialize and it will happen. We don't need me to be screaming and shouting, effing and blinding, through this, through that. You don't need me to do that. Because at the end of the day, he doesn't get the results. It's going to happen. But one thing I will do, I will criticize when it needs to be criticized. But I'm not going to. I'm going to support the football team, and I'm going to support Ruben Amorim until he's no longer at the football club. And when the next manager comes in, I'm going to support him until he's no longer at the football club. And that's how it should be, you know. Vernon, Roy Keane was sold for going after the youngsters after an interview, and he is captain fantastic, and Bruno held in different weight. We'll have to wait and see, Vernon. We'll have to wait and see, my friend. Sal, I've always got your back, brother. Thank you, brother. If anyone disrespects you, as far as I'm concerned, they will be banned. You have built this brilliant channel up, you, and disrespect. I mean, thanks to you, Grayo, and people like you, it's growing. Thanks to you. And we will grow further. And we will still, I've got some massive plans for this channel, Grayo. And trust me, these people will miss out. They're going to miss out, you know, and that's their problem. That's their prerogative. At the end of the day, I only want people who bring the energy, who bring the good energy. You can have your opinions. We get angry. Hey, Grayo, you've been angry. I've been angry. I've been rude. I've been regretful. I've done things. I've said things, you know, that I don't mean. But we get angry. We're frustrated. We want Man United to win. We're pissed off, basically, isn't it? But what I won't do is just come on a random one and just like woke up on the wrong side of bed and just thought, you know what, you know, I'm go in on Sal today, you know. So big up, Grayo. LT. The problem is not the system, but the style of play. The most of the players are counter-attack players who will not adapt to managing games like Ten Hag and Ragnick and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and struggled with them. Exactly, LT. And let me tell you something, LT. I don't know if you agree with this, but let me tell you something, LT, about counter-attack football. Counter-attack football is a temporary solution. It's a temporary solution. This is why when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was manager, at the first few months, we were brilliant. then we fall. Because when you have play a counter-attacking style of football, all it takes is to play the low block and you can't counter-attack anymore. And they just pick you off. You need to play a style of football that dominates games. And this is what Ruben Amorim is trying to do. He's trying to get a style of football that dominates games. You know? Johnny, I just hope whoever is the next manager, unless it's Ruben fixes stuff, that the club don't even let the manager have the option of picking Bruno if we get worse without Bruno, at least need. It's a big concern, Johnny. It's a big concern because, I don't want the new manager coming in and being gassed, do you know what I mean? And being overruled by certain players. And this is my biggest fear, in regards to a new manager coming in. He's going to give those players, certain players, another chance, and they don't deserve another chance. They don't deserve it, They've had too many chances. Bruno was a beast in the past. I don't know what happened. Getting older, mate. Getting older. Mentality's gone. To see that it's been tried. Big up, Johnny. Rest to see. If Amorim leaves and Man United are gonna broke to get new players, we will probably get relegated due to the inexperience of the manager, not of football, but of the club and culture. I mean, I actually think that Ruben Amorim's our last hope. I think he's our last hope. I really do. Ephraim, Sal, we miss Martinez. He's mentally... Yeah, we do. People underestimate how much we miss Martinez. Great point, Ephraim. Licha Martinez is so important to the system as well, by the way. Very good. Very important. He's the one who gets that ball forward. Do you remember his game against Liverpool last season? You remember his game against Liverpool? Man of the match display. Buried one in the top corner. He's that type of player. Do you know what I mean? Gary... that's right, Sal, exactly. Right, we support the club, the team through it good and the bad. We are not fair weather fans. Absolutely. I love the club more now, Gary. The club, the badge. It's been a big part of my life. And I will never turn my back on this football club. Never. I don't care if we're in the National League. I will be there for this club. You know what I mean? I will never not stop supporting this club because they're not successful. Success is one part of football. I'm fortunate to have seen so many great things happen at this football club. I sat there on the beach in 98, 99, 16 years old, no hotel, straight after the game, straight into the club, sat there all night because I couldn't get a hotel, sat on the beach and thought to myself, if we never win another trophy, I'm satisfied because I've seen it. I've seen this happen. I can't believe what has happened tonight. And I remember saying that. And guys, go and check out my interview on my membership video. I've done an interview with a big outlet about my experience in the Champions League final 98-99. And what I would say is this, right? I hope that all the great Man United fans out there who have not seen anything near that get to taste something like that one day. The loyal ones I'm talking about. The ones that are loyal. The ones that don't turn against the manager at every given moment. It's predictable. It's predictable. Man United could win 5 games in a row right now. United Strand could cut his hair. And then Man United lose 1 game at home. And then it's back Ruben Amorim out. It's going to be like that. It's just the way it is right now. Do you know? William, Sal's a top man. Bless you, my friend. If you can't be part of the Friendly United channel he built, I don't let the door hit you on the way out. Thank you so much, William. Really appreciate you. Look, we're not always going to agree. As long as we keep a respect there, it's fine. I tend to think that that's your opinion and that's where it is. At the end of the day, I'm not here to force opinions on people. What I don't like is people telling me, you listen to me right now because I am here. I don't need to be here. Who the hell are you? King Kamali. Sorry, bruv. Sorry, mate. King Kamali. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Sal, your channel, big up. Sal, your channel is your favorite. Keep up your passion for United. Big up everyone who's doing their thing. Big up Terry Flewers. Big up United Stand. Big up Mark Goldbridge. Big up all those great people. Big up KG the comedian. And big up all these people doing their thing. Because at the end of the day, this thing is not easy. It's not easy. But I will always try and give Man United fans a voice. I'm not the biggest channel yet. But I will always try and give Man United fans a voice. I will always hear your opinion because one thing I've learned in life, guys, one thing that is very important in life is that you learn something from everyone, You learn something new from everyone because someone always knows more than you about something. Big up Grayo, big up Grayo, big up William, of course, absolutely. Guys, I want to thank him. Grayo, legend. Thank you so much for the super chat, bruv. You're an absolute legend. Really, really appreciate that. You cheer me up. Thank you, brother. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're good, bruv. Really appreciate you every day, mate. And it does not go unnoticed. Nah, absolutely. Thank you so much, mate. And the CEO, which is Grayo of Stretford Post, is the CEO. And when we're on the stock exchange and we are massive, Stretford Post, you guys, Grayo, up there, mate. Big up, Ephraim. Guys, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox, and I will be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. And also keep your notifications on just in case I go live. You never know. Miraculously, something could happen. You never know. But guys, thank you so much. Have a great evening, night, morning, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner again. Don't forget to smash the like on the way out, please. And don't forget to put your notifications on as well in case I go live. Take it easy, guys. See you soon. Peace.